Nobody really drives the old stretches of Route 66 anymore. Not the real ones. The cracked blacktop that still runs through the empty parts of Arizona and New Mexico like a scar that never healed. Gas stations closed 30 years ago. Motels with missing letters. Just wind, coyotes, and the kind of quiet that makes your ears ring. 4 of us were on that road last October because we were stupid and because the shortcut app promised 40 minutes saved. Me, Sam, my girlfriend Riley, her older brother Caleb, and Caleb's friend Marco. We were coming back from a wedding in Flagstaff, already buzzed on cheap champagne and bad decisions. The plan was simple. Cut through the back roads, hit I-40 before midnight, sleep in a real bed in Albuquerque. Around 9:40 p.m., the sky turned the color of old motor oil. Marco was driving. He slowed when the first tumbleweed the size of a couch rolled across both lanes like it owned them. Then the headlights caught something else. A shape standing dead center in the road. Not a person. Too tall. Too thin. Arms too long. It didn't move when the high beams hit it. Just stood there, head tilted like it was listening to music only it could hear. "Fuck that," Caleb muttered. "Go around." Marco tried. The shoulder was soft sand. The tires spun. We lurched, fishtailed, and came to a stop maybe 30 yards from it. That's when we saw the second one. Smaller, crouched beside an old rusted-out Pontiac that had probably died in the 80s. The spine was wrong, curved like a question mark. When our lights swept over it, both heads turned at exactly the same second. No eyes that we could see, just smooth, grayish skin stretched tight over bone. Riley whispered, "They're not human. No shit." Marco slammed the car into reverse. The engine screamed. We shot backward maybe 50 feet before the right rear tire dropped into a washout and the whole SUV tilted hard. Dead stop. Silence except for the tick of the cooling engine. Then we heard it. Not footsteps. More like wet leather dragging across asphalt. Slow. Deliberate. Coming closer from the driver's side. Caleb grabbed the tire iron from under the seat. Marco pulled a Glock from the glove box, his just-in-case piece. I had nothing but my phone and panic. The tall one reached the driver's door first. It didn't knock. Its hand, 4 fingers, no thumb, ending in black hooks, simply pressed flat against the window. The glass creaked. Not cracked. Creaked. Like it was thinking about bending inward. Riley started crying very quietly. Marco pointed the gun at the window. "Back the fuck off." The thing tilted its head again, almost curious. Then it spoke. Not with a mouth. The voice came from inside our heads, flat and calm like a GPS lady giving directions to hell. "You are already late." Caleb swung the tire iron at the window. The glass spiderwebbed but held. The thing didn't flinch. It just leaned closer until its face was inches from Marco's. No mouth. No nose. Just a smooth oval where features should be. And yet somehow it was smiling. Marco fired. The gunshot inside the car was apocalyptic. The bullet punched through the glass and into something. Black fluid sprayed. The thing jerked back like someone had yanked a string. For one heartbeat we thought we'd won. Then the smaller one landed on the roof. Metal groaned. Claws scraped. Something heavy walked from the front of the SUV to the back, slow and careful, like it was enjoying the sound. Riley screamed. I looked up through the sunroof and saw it, crouched, staring straight down at us. His head was split open like a rotten fruit. Inside was not brain, just rows of pale, moving teeth arranged in a spiral. Marco fired upward twice. Sparks. Shattering glass. The thing shrieked. A sound like metal dragged across wet concrete, and leapt off. We had maybe 10 seconds of breathing room. Caleb yelled, "We can't stay in here." He was right. The tall one was already circling back. The roof was caving in places. Soon they'd peel the car open like a tuna can. I pointed at the washout we'd dropped into. There. Drainage tunnel. Under the road. Nobody argued. We kicked doors open and ran. The smaller one dropped from the roof straight onto Marco's back. He screamed. They rolled. The Glock went skittering across the asphalt. I turned back. Stupid, I know. But Riley grabbed my arm so hard her nails drew blood. Move! We slid down the sandy bank. Caleb found the tunnel first. A big concrete culvert, maybe 4 feet wide, half choked with tumbleweeds and trash. We crawled inside like rats. Behind us, Marco's screaming stopped very suddenly. Then we heard chewing. Wet, rhythmic, satisfied. Riley started shaking so bad she couldn't crawl. I pulled her forward. Caleb went last, tire iron dragging behind him. The tunnel smelled like wet cement and death. We moved maybe 60 yards before we hit a rusted metal grate blocking the other end. Moonlight came through the bars, sweet, clean moonlight. Caleb kicked. Nothing. Kicked again. The bottom hinge snapped. We squeezed through one at a time. On the other side was an old dirt service road. 50 yards away sat a single-wide trailer with one yellow porch light still burning. We ran. Halfway there, the tall one stepped out from behind the trailer like it had been waiting for us all along. It didn't chase. It just stood, blocking the only path to the door. Caleb raised the tire iron. His voice cracked. "I'm not dying out here." The thing didn't move. Then the porch light flicked on brighter. An old woman, maybe 70, hair like steel wool, opened the screen door holding a lit road flare in one hand and a 12 gauge in the other. She didn't yell. She didn't ask questions. She just said, very calmly, "Y'all come inside. They don't cross salt lines." We looked down. A thick line of rock salt ran across the entire porch and around the sides of the trailer. We didn't hesitate. We piled in. She slammed the door, dropped a heavy steel bar across it. Then she walked to the kitchen window, cracked it, and tossed the flare outside. It hit the ground and hissed red. The tall one took one step forward, then stopped like it had hit glass. The old woman turned to us, shotgun still in the crook of her arm. "Name's Evelyn. Been waitin' on company. Coffee's hot." We sat at her tiny table, shaking, covered in sand and Marco's blood. She poured 4 mugs like this happened every Tuesday. After a long silence, she said, "They don't kill everyone, just the ones who run alone. You stayed together. That's why you're still breathing." Riley whispered. "What are they?" Evelyn shrugged. "Old things. Hungry things. Road's been theirs longer than it's been ours." She sipped her coffee. "They'll leave before dawn. Always do. Then you walk east till you hit pavement. Someone'll pick you up." Caleb asked the question we were all thinking. "What about Marco?" Evelyn looked out the window at the dark. "They took what they needed. Won't be back for him tonight." Nobody spoke after that. At 5:47 a.m., the tall one and the small one simply turned and walked back into the brush. No hurry, no glance behind. Evelyn opened the door. "Sun's coming. You're safe now." We walked out, legs like rubber. She handed me a small Ziploc bag of rock salt. "Keep some, just in case." We started walking east. Behind us, the trailer light stayed on, small and yellow against the gray morning. None of us have gone back to that stretch of Route 66. But sometimes, late at night, Riley still checks the windows. And I still carry the salt, just in case.